It's been almost 5 years since GoPro sent me to beautiful Taiwan to cover the Formosa 900, and this year I got to go back for the GoPro Creator Camp. But first things first, I gotta meet up with my American partner in chaos, Bryan Hughan from Connecticut. Where is he?
Good to see you, bro.
What's
nice
up,
to meet
buddy?
you. What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
What up, what up, what up?
Flying in from America, we skipped completely over Father's Day and arrived in Taipei bright and early and ready to begin our amazing adventure. Once in the airport, we met up with our first guide, Felica, who's going to connect us with the rest of our group. Given that I've been here before, I felt like a true professional. Scanning my transit card, knowing where to go, or so I thought.
Tried to change my clothes while I was on the high-speed rail because I was still in the clothes I was on, traveling for 16 hours in. Apparently we were stopping right at that time. Everybody else got off at the last stop, and I'm still on the train. Wherever I ended up was the end of the line for this train, so now I'm headed back. Thankfully, there's some people here who understood me, and I have to get on a non-seat arrangement car because now I don't have a seat arrangement. So it's going to be either 10, 11, or 12. And if all goes right, this takes me back to where I just was. All right, I'm back on. Hey, at least I get to see more of Taiwan than any of those guys.
All right, travel woes aside, I'm ready to get back with the crew and start my adventure for the second time. And this adventure begins in this pineapple farm where the pineapples were so delicious and I can't travel or eat food apparently.
So we got
Oh! It's slipperier than it
seems.
Yes.
Well, that's just because I didn't get the memo about these gloves. Now the crew's back together, so it's time to stop fumbling everything and start creating. But then, due to some high wind gusts, poor Aya got her hair tangled up in a drone. But luckily I had my tools with me so I could get her hair out of those props and we could once again start creating. The beginning of this trip saw Dan miss his flight to Taiwan. I ended up stuck on the train to a different town, and she doesn't know it yet, but Wayne here is missing her phone and it could be somewhere in this field. And what all this importantly shows in this time period of Instagram perfection is that you can bring some of the best creators from around the world together, and in the end, sometimes it's good just to celebrate being a human being. When you're in Taiwan, food and culture are the main course, and today we are in for a special treat because we get to go and enjoy some fresh beef shabu shabu. And even the statue out front clearly knows what's up. Our next stop brings us to our destination city of Tainan for some authentic Taiwanese bubble tea. And it's a perfect opportunity to shake those yips right out of our first part of our trip. We arrived at our hotel greeted by the Tainan mascot, the Milkfish Head. And he was so excited to see us, this head lost his hat. Fishhead told me he's been working out and doing yoga, so he's ready for a dance-off. But apparently he skipped cardio this week, so he can't keep up with Wayne and Chen. After almost killing the fish head and some GoPro chants, it's time for our check-in briefing. Here we learn we'll be split up into 2 teams and what our activities will be, and this nice young lady is the general manager of the Soak's Place Hotel where we're staying, and this information might come into play later. We learn this hotel offers custom coffee-infused perfumes. We received our room key and it was time to head upstairs. That is, if us Americans can figure out how to use the elevator, which we can't. Once we got to our room, we discovered this amazing set of gifts from the team, and it was time to head out. And heading out means we're gonna go get cultured at this temple they're going to face paint us and put us in costumes so we can look like authentic Tainan warriors. And right now, this warrior is realizing this is still day one and I haven't slept for over 30 hours. But sleep is for sissies because we're in Tainan. It's time to drink some beers and eat some food. And even the mayor of Tainan came by to see us. It's finally time to end day one and try to get some rest. Our group was energetic from the much-needed rest, and it's time to head to the mangrove for some cuddly creatures and some paddleboarding. Then we traded our paddles in for some nets and we zoomed off to go do some crab fishing. It's nice to know they don't eat these crabs. They actually put them in a pond with some other sea life, so these guys will live to see another day. All this paddling and crabbing and hooting and hollering has made me want to come down to southern Taiwan and shred the gnar on some monster waves. It's around noon, which is beer 30 just about everywhere, so that's what we're here to do. And maybe eat some food too, I guess. Salt is something humanity needs, and this salt mine produces some of the purest around. As we began our tour, I looked down and I saw this cute little guy underneath my car. Facing certain doom, I had to get him out of there. Luckily, Phopira took him to a tree and gave him some water. Then she started saving everything, including this caterpillar, which made us run around and cheer like crazy people, but I think that's also because of the Taiwanese beer. I scooped up some salt to take home, and then we swung on over to do some arts and crafts. It's here that I learned the sacred art of stabbing myself with a Taiwanese needle, and I also got to meet Linke the Iron Man. Stilts after beers? Why not? Food actually couldn't come early enough on this night.
Let's get it, let's get it. Let's go.
I just got punched in the face by Johnny, and that's pretty much what it feels like on this day because I'm going to do something that I've never done before. Yep, I'm going to attempt to climb this cliff. But thankfully, these people are here to keep me from falling to my death. And I'm pretty sure this is them arguing over who has to take responsibility for me. Here I am hanging for dear life, and here's Phopira over here showing me up. Very funny, Phopira, very funny. Here's my helper in full crab death stance because I can't even do a pull-up. But somehow I was able to make it. Where's those Taiwanese beers? Next up, we got an exhilarating ride through the jungle on a zip line and got to say goodbye to the locals. This little character means we're at the spa, and that means we're going to be dipping ourselves in therapeutic Taiwanese mud. It feels so good to have this mud after a nice climb. Ah, that mud felt so good, but this is even better. Crispy, delicious chicken cooked over fire in these giant pots. This was definitely one of the best meals we had while we were here, but now it's time to get on to some official business.
All right, now we are in Tainan city government. We're gonna meet the press, meet the news, and meet the people of Taiwan. And they all want to see what you guys have brought to Tainan.
Okay.
All right, your energy.
And Johnny was not kidding. There was quite a crowd here for us today.
And we have this lovely couple from Singapore, and we have these two super cool brothers from USA.
The press were given an introduction as to why we're here and what kind of activities we're doing, and also got a sneak peek at what kind of content we create. And now it's time to go ride bikes around Tainan. We stopped for shave ice, and I quickly learned that Hawaii has nothing on Taiwan in the shave ice department, and apparently this is where it came from. Along our leisurely stroll, we took in a couple beautiful sights right before dinner. For dinner, we ate in the former Tainan magistrate's residence, and it is a beautiful museum, and the food had a familiar Western flair to it. The following morning, we were to join the Taiwanese master chef to go to the traditional Taiwanese morning market to pick out our ingredients. For today, we are to become Taiwanese master chefs, and we are going to be judged by the Taiwanese master chef. We need to know our ingredients. We need to know how much to use. We need good knife skills. We need good teamwork. All of us has a different role. We're going to cook 4 authentic Taiwanese dishes, and we need to plate them beautifully, and they need to be edible. With this fire, I had to check my face to see if I still had eyebrows. Both teams were feeling intense pressure as the time was running out. We still needed to plate and decorate our dishes, and it didn't appear we were going to have enough time. In the end, I think it was a tie, and I'll take that. The melancholy is setting in, as tonight is the final night, but party we must. Hey, the mayor came back. The mayor's partying with us. All right, now it's time to kick it off. And remember that nice lady I brought up earlier? The general manager of the hotel? Here she is with her tower of 108 shots. Then she rolls out this tray of shots. This one's got whiskey and tequila mixtures, and you draw sticks to see who goes, and a certain number has to drink all the remaining shots. In other words, this nice lady does not mess around. Every shot, we knew it was inevitable. Someone was going in the pool. But who was it going to be? It was only a matter of time before everybody was in the pool. Hard to believe this party was over at about 10:30, but when the hosts go in the pool, that means the party's over.
Yeah! That's a wrap!
We're so lucky to be part of the GoPro family. Every trip, every experience, we get to take home new friends from around the world. Ones that we can be inspired by, ones that we can be supported by. There is no other creative group associated with a camera anywhere in the world like this one. I'd like to thank Johnny, Eddie, Clarissa, Linke, Wing, and the rest of the crew that made this happen. You guys made an experience for us, the memories of which will last the rest of our lives.